Hi, welcome back to Brews Build a Halsted. This is part two of our introduction series. Again, my name is Garrett Brewster. This is my lovely wife,
Nikki?
Nikki. And today we're going to talk about upgrades. We are building a Schumacher Halsted home. And forgive me if it's Schumacher, but we're building a Halsted home. And we wanted today to talk about some other upgrades, some free upgrades, some things to consider that we found out and we're excited about, and we would have been like, oh man, we would have felt bad or been disappointed if we didn't know those going into it. So anyway, I'm going to show you a this is just, we don't have like an actual picture of our house. So this is like this is the this is what our house is going to look like. If you can see that there's the back. I'm going to show you. That way, going into this video, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's a little bit of scribble marks on here, but this here is the first floor. And finally, this here is the second floor, which you can take a look at. So now that you see that, if you're looking at pictures online, you can possibly refer back to see what we changed. So anyway, so some of our upgrades that we did, I'm actually going to go through all of them, and there's quite a few. Hopefully this isn't boring, but to someone it probably will be. But if you're building, it may not be. So, okay, one of the things we did was we added 2 foot of depth to the great room. We visited the Olivia in the Ravenna office, and I think that one was 18 by 18. So we extended ours out to 16 by 18. We tried for 5 feet, is what we wanted, was 16 by 21. And engineering came back, and I think due to our basement walkout, I think it was structurally the weight wouldn't support the walls or something like that. So 2 feet was as most we could go. I don't know if that's the way it is for all of the Halsteds or not. I'm just telling you, for us, 2 feet was maximum that we could do. We did the deluxe kitchen. We added a 14 by 10 media room, they call it. We're going to use it as a dining room off of the kitchen, off of the back of the kitchen. So that's a 14 by 10. We upgraded that. We did a cathedral ceiling in the media room. We did a 2-story brick fireplace, stone fireplace to the ceiling. We also did a cathedral ceiling in the great room. So another part of that upgrade of the fireplace was at the peak in the great room. There's a little additional feed for the brick to go up the peak. So the stone, sorry. Yeah, you're right. We did the 42-inch fireplace. I think there's a 36-inch option. We did the fireplace hearth, which is like, was it a foot? I think it's a foot, hearth on the fireplace. The 2-story great room, just in general with the Halsted, is an additional charge, since it's normally not a 2-story great room. I'm going through all of our, just so you know, everything that wasn't included, so you kind of have an idea of what to expect. One of the extras was the second floor hallway. We had to pay for extra balusters. We upgraded to the rake step with square balusters. Those are a little bit larger. And the stain color we used was carbon. It's carbon stain. Our cabinet colors in the kitchen, the cabinets were dusk. We can do another video. Actually, we'll do that in another video. Maybe we'll post our colors that we chose. We added a 3-car garage. Okay. And then with that, on top of the 3-car garage, we added an additional 2 feet of width to the third bay. So again, our friends are building right behind us, and it was a great idea. We didn't know it was possible, but it was a great idea that they kind of had told us about. So if you're building a 2-stall garage, I'm sure some of you may know how tight it is sometimes to get 2 cars in there and to open the doors. So You can add width. I think they may have added 4 feet. We wanted to do 4, but our lot, because of our lot size, 2 is the most we could go with a 3-stall garage. So anyway, that's something cool if you're interested or if you like working in the garage. This is a cool upgrade that we did that was free. Everyone loves free. That I don't think we would have never known about. But the basement windows, okay, your house will come with block basement windows. And you can upgrade 2 of those windows to vinyl windows in the basement for free. So if you don't like block windows, something to think about. This is a sour subject for Nikki and I, is the walkout basement. So the walkout basement was a lot extra. We didn't want a walkout basement at all. I'm going to come back to that later in the video. We did do the designer siding. It gave us a little bit more color choices. The great room windows was an upgrade. This is another cool upgrade, is a Pella window upgrade. It's not that expensive, and you get Pella windows. We added additional windows in the media room. We upgraded our front door. We upgraded our garage doors. We put like windows and stuff in them. This is also another interesting upgrade, because it was forgotten about until our pre-construction meeting, but it's called an island panel backer. So your home will come with if it has an island, I believe that it's just drywall on the back side of the island. And so this gives it, which would get scuffed up easily, with kids or whatever sitting there banging their feet off of it. So this gives you an island. It's called an island panel backer. We did a refrigerator end panel. We did double oven, 36-inch cooktop. We upgraded the cabinet pulls. That's an inexpensive upgrade, and it gives you a lot of options. We did the deluxe cabinets. We did do luxury vinyl tile in the great room and the master. We did the kitchen backsplash, just level 1. We added a foot to the pantry and decreased our laundry room by a foot. So again, you can move walls with Schumacher. It's awesome. You can kind of do whatever you want. So we wanted a bigger pantry. Didn't really care about the laundry room. We upgraded to 2-panel interior doors. Also a very inexpensive option with Schumacher, to kind of get rid of, to change up your interior doors. Master shower, we didn't do anything crazy. We just went with one of those regular 6-foot tubs or whatever it's called. So, but that was just slight upgrade. This is a big one for someone like me. I'm 6'4", so I'm tall. But comfort height toilets. This is something that you may want to think about. I would have been very disappointed to come in and, basically been that low to the ground. So comfort height toilets, not very expensive, and definitely worth it for me. Basement plumbing, we plumbed that we didn't finish it right away, but we did have it plumbed for future. We upgraded some of the faucets, not all of the faucets. The master, we didn't upgrade it. We didn't do like the fancy bathroom in the master. We just did a double sink, and then upgraded that shower, like I said. The kitchen sink, we did a single bowl. That was an upgrade. Our paint color for the whole house is Repost Gray. And that's a flat paint. Schumacher uses flat paint. This is Sherwin-Williams. Yeah, Sherwin-Williams. This is January 22nd, 2022. I don't know if Schumacher will change that ever, but at this time right now, they only use flat paint. And I think it's because it makes it easier for touch-ups. Right. We added an additional 22 round flush mount lights throughout the house. And we upgraded the outdoor lights, and finally was fan boxes. So those were our upgrades. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about really was kind of your budget, I guess, because this is where we had not really issues necessarily, but we had went to Schumacher, and we really wanted the Olivia. That was the one we loved, right? And we had a budget in mind. And so now this is going to be different for everybody. I'm just telling you our experience, okay? And I wish that someone would have told us this. But when we had originally went, okay, Schumacher, their site prep estimate that they give you is about 25,000, okay? And that was with a $5,000 safety net. So 25K was our site prep. Now our final site prep, okay, was 51,000. So I just now our lot, you'll see in a video, here in a couple days. Our lot is very basic. It's already prepped for electric, water, sewer. There's nothing that needs to be cleared. It's really like the most basic lot you can get, other than it has a slight, it has a dip in the back, so it does need a basement walkout. But so that's our lot. You guys might have property or need trees that need cleared. Ours didn't have any of that. Ours is literally basic. So our site prep increased by about $26,000, so 51,000. Now the big thing is the basement walkout, and this is what I really would like you to at least know maybe before going in is, number one, do you need a basement walkout? And for those of you that don't know what a basement walkout is basically your grade on your house. If this is like your front door right here, your grade goes like this. And so in order to keep your house straight, you have what's called a basement walkout down here. All right. That's a basement walkout. Here's a side picture. So you can see in this picture, this is a basement walkout. You can see the front of our house there, and you can see the basement. Okay. Now, with the basement walkout, one thing to also find out if you're building in a development or wherever you're building is to find out if they require you to run brick from ground level to
Siding.
to the siding, okay, basically to your first floor. We originally thought that we have a pretty awesome development where there's not many, they don't have many like covenants, right? And so we originally had planned on running siding to the bottom, to grade, at the ground, and we found out later that we had to run brick. So for instance though, our basement walkout was about an additional $20,000. So now that took our site prep. They add that as an upgrade, I think, because some people, it probably is, maybe they want a basement walkout. So they add that as a upgrade. So that would right there put you at about $71,000. And then our total brick cost was about $30,000. So more or less our site prep went from $25,000 to $100,000. So something to keep in mind whenever, if you go with a $350,000 budget, whatever your budget is, keep in mind that I think that your site prep is probably going to change a lot. So anyway, yeah, your site prep could potentially change a lot. And I think it's good that they put a buffer in. And again, this is our experience. We really have no one else to blame but us. It's not Schumacher's fault. But that was something that we've never built before. We didn't know to look for that or what to expect. So hopefully that will help somebody. That's kind of our goal with these videos, is that if we can help one person, then it's all worth it. So anyway, that's it. And looking forward to the next video. Did I cover everything? Was there anything else I said I was going to talk about?
I think so. I think that was the biggest part, though, why we had to move away from the Olivia. The Olivia was our favorite initially, but because of the change in budget reasons, we chose the Halsted and chose to make some custom upgrades to it to better match our budget.
Right. And then there was a couple other upgrades that I just wanted to mention. For future videos, you can come back and look at this. I talked about the Pella windows, drywall openings. This is also kind of cool. any walkways in your house, you can extend those to 8 feet if you want. I think they come at like 6.5 or 7. I can't remember. But you can extend those to 8-foot openings if you want, and that's no charge. Same with like doorway, hallway doorway openings. If they're able to, you can widen those, and that's no charge, which is awesome. Garage faucet, something else that's kind of cool. It was something we didn't really think about until our pre-construction meeting. So garage faucet. Um, also in our house that you'll see we're building, again, we removed the dining room fixture. If you look at the original Halsted plans, you'll see that the kitchen kind of goes into the dining room, goes into the great room. We removed that dining room fixture because we added the media room, which we're going to use as a dining room. So if you look at our house when you're designing yours, that's one thing we did. We also, 7 feet is the original garage door height. That's what comes standard. We did upgrade also to 8-foot garage door height. The upstairs bedroom closets, okay, we changed those. Those are originally like long, skinny and long. We changed those to, short, whatever, deep. And if you go back in this video and pause it, wherever I hold up the design, you'll see that we changed those closets. That was just the way we wanted it. The other thing, this is important, if you look at our design, once our house is built, we, in bedroom number 4, okay, that bedroom was 14 by 11. We decreased that to 11 by 11, okay, which gave 3 feet. And that, in turn, made the foyer 2-story, and where you would kind of like walk in the front door, look through the catwalk, essentially, and see our great room fireplace. We did not move our great room fireplace to the interior wall. We left it on the outside wall. And we made the closet in that room 2 feet smaller. It's going to be an office, so it didn't really matter. And that was something else that we did. Another cool, just extra that they'll probably remind you of is 9-foot basement ceilings. That wasn't super expensive to upgrade. We unfortunately had to cut that, but 9-foot basement ceilings, if you plan on finishing your basement, that could be awesome. We also removed a man door in the garage. So that's all I got. Sorry to bore you to death, but hopefully this will help somebody. And thanks again for joining us. And follow us on YouTube. Click like and subscribe, please. And follow us on Instagram. What's our Instagram?
Bruce Build a Halsted.
Bruce Build a Halsted. Thanks. We'll catch you next time. Peace.